Alright, so welcome to another video on F150 modification. So today we're adding, if you know what this is, a wheel spacer. Okay, actually I already added the wheel spacer to the truck, but I wanted to open it back up, see what it's like, and show you what the package it came in. This is ECCPP wheel spacer specifically for the F150. It feels very solid. It's centric, hub centric is what they call it, when this here and here on the inside, if you can see the inside here. So it has the space there for the board to fit in. I'll show you that in a minute also. And it centers right into it, so the wheel lines perfectly center to the hub. Alright, like I said, I've had these on for about a month or two now, and they've been perfect. I've been a little afraid of them just because, you're putting a spacer in between the tire, and I didn't know too much about this brand, but it's been working pretty well. ECCPP brand, spacer number 065211. Okay, so let me show you what the truck looks like without it. I took it off the front tire here. So without the wheel spacer, you can see how the wheel is about an inch in the wheel well, which is fine if you like that, but I think it just has a little better stance when it sticks out a little bit. So let me show you the back tire. See, the back tire has the wheel spacer still on it, and it sticks out just enough, just to kind of make it straight. This is an 1.5 inch spacer. Actually, let me measure it for you so you can see what the total width is. It's almost exactly 1.5 inches. Right, so this literally pushes the wheel out 1.5 inches. Now, if you just want to do 1 inch, it might not be enough. 1.25 inches I hear does work, because you still have the studs on the inside on the wheel. These have to kind of fit behind it, right? All right, so you can see I only have 3 bolts in there right now, so I'm gonna take the rest of it off. Alright, so I just took the wheel off. Guys, if you have a jack stand, use it, okay? You don't want to be working on your car or truck without having some kind of backup support. The jack itself is never going to be enough. Alright, so this is the, again, ECCPP, and you can see how it fits right in it. Hub lines up to it, and then this part that sticks out goes right into the inside of the wheel. Okay, and you see how this is where the bolts go in. You put the lugs in, and there's always a little space. Well, I can't say always, but most of the time, 9 times out of 10, there's a little space in there. So you have enough space, even if this were to stick out. Now with the 1.5 inch, it doesn't stick out. If you did just a 1 inch spacer, it might stick out a little bit, but it's okay as long as you have a little space behind your wheel. All right, so you can kind of see how much space there is. It's probably like 3/4 of an inch there. Right, so a good trick to put these on is you want to put the nuts in there just enough to kind of snug it, because you really do want the nuts to go in exactly perfect. And put the nuts in the order just like you do when you put a tire on. You want to kind of cross, go across anytime you tighten them up. Basically, you're making 2 triangles. Alright, so these are 19 millimeters. Just put them, I'm trying not to put them in all the way, just enough to tighten them up by hand. Well, that one went too much. That one's already in. Alright. Now you'll notice whenever you start tightening this, everything's going to turn. Right? Come on. Okay, so this is what you do. Once it's kind of snug, you want to get this thing here to tighten up for you. Put any kind of metal bar or something to kind of help you give it leverage. Now, being careful with the thread here, you don't want to mess up the thread, so you want to hold it as steady as possible. But this stuff's pretty strong, so careful around the tire, and you can use something else for leverage here also. Alright, so use both hands, left hand push down, right hand push down, and just tighten up. And again, star pattern, right? Triangle pattern. Alright, so it's all tightened up. Again, star pattern, and then the other, basically two triangle pattern. A really good idea also is to use the ground as kind of either the truck if you have a good place for it to kind of hold into, or just use the ground. You just set it like that, and when you tighten this up, it'll automatically leverage and tighten the whole thing up. And that way you can do triangle, turn it, and do the other triangle. Alright? Alright, just tightened all these up. Another quick thing about these are not the original lugs to the truck. The original lugs do this like expanding or warping thing that they do. So I replaced them. I got these online. They are 14 by 1.5. These are just plain regular. I try to find something that's thin just in case I ever change the wheel. I can still use them. I've had thick lug nuts and then change the wheel and they don't work on the new wheel, so I like to use something that's thin and just long enough also. Alright, for the people who asked about the previous video, this is how it sits in there. This is the crash bar, and if you do turn them around, you can see that the back of this has a little indentation. So if you were to put this on the other side and put the other one on this side, if it goes in, I really don't even know, you would have an extra maybe ½ inch space, maybe an inch of space to kind of, you know, leave the crash bar in there, but still be able to have a 35 inch tires. Whenever you cut it, fog lights are back here, so be careful with the fog lights, and try to cut like around this section here. If you remember, I tried to remove that thing, but it wouldn't come out because it would hit the bumper. Now, you guess you can remove the whole bumper and stuff, but I didn't want to go through all that just to clear up the space here, so I just went ahead and removed it. Alright, that's an 1.5 inches. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything else that you could have any questions on, or some other videos. Maybe give me some other ideas of things that I can do. Like, subscribe, and check out some other videos. Thanks.